Dawson's Rambles.
Hey YouTube, Dawson Ryder here with some really quick Power Rangers Once and Always anniversary special updates. We got some more information about the plot, as well as an official little synopsis, which I'm going to talk about at the end because it's really basic and I'm really just bringing it up to riff on it. But we got some more news about the plot from Illuminati in regards to what Robo Rita's plans are. Obviously, we don't know how Robo Rita is going to come about. I'm going to assume it's not Rita transforming into a robot somehow and is some sort of like robot failsafe. But effectively, what she's been doing is she's been capturing Rangers around the world and turning them into figures, which will likely explain stuff like why certain Rangers aren't in the special, you know, both in terms of like, you know, broad terms of like, well, why isn't such and such team helping or whatever, you know, fan logic or whatever, but you know what I mean, but also explaining why characters like Jason and Tommy and other MMPR Rangers aren't there, which I think is actually rather smart. And like some people pointed out before, there's one of the pictures, like the promo images, has some figures in the back you can see, so I was assuming that's like Rita's lair or something they invade, and you can see figures in the back, and I think I even see what looks to be a Green Ranger figure, so that's actually a rather clever way to explain like why we have this unique lineup, and especially like why Tommy's not there, and I think that probably lends even more credence to the idea, or at least maybe possibly, that picture we see, or that, not picture, but you know what I mean, that scene we see of the Core 6 MMPRs is going to be a flashback. I'm going to presume that's going to be something like, oh, you know, the MMPR team once faced Rita when she was trying to make this robot or something, and then they show a flashback to that. So I think that's what that's going to be. But, you know, it kind of reminds me a little bit of Dimensions in Danger with Rangers being kidnapped, which is exactly what happened in that. Obviously, it's a little bit different. I feel there's like some pseudo-meta things I think about with them being turned into figures. I mean, like Rita's like monsters being like little figures that come to life come to mind, but also stuff like Time Force turning them into figures when they like arrest them, how the turntables. But yeah, I mean, it's not like the most exciting plot, but I think it's actually a good way of explaining why we have this unique lineup of MMPR Rangers and explaining why probably, you know, characters as far as we know, like Kimberly and stuff, aren't going to be there. They also talk a little bit about how SPA is an offshoot of SPD. They say that. I don't know if that's meant to be a scoop or part of the scoop, or if it's just them, you know, making an assumption, but I'm going to assume that's what it's going to be. Like, there's been, obviously, SPA is going to be tied to SPD, but like, as our speculation has gone, we don't know, or like, as we speculated, we didn't know whether it was going to be an offshoot, a prototype, or like a Space Patrol Academy, as people have pointed out, but it seems like it's just going to be a different division. But that's interesting as regards to the plot, and I'm looking forward to seeing hopefully more stuff trickle out, maybe like an official trailer. We're about like, what, a month away, give or take, from it, so it would be nice to actually get a trailer for this. But again, for the figures, I think it's a good way of explaining why certain Rangers aren't going to be there, especially when it comes to the MMPR lineup. And also, it's kind of a neat way to involve sort of the larger Ranger scope rather than just keeping this solely about the MMPR characters. I mean, obviously it mostly is, and we do have some stuff like with the SPD tie-ins to go with it, but I like that the scope acknowledges more than MMPR, and this isn't just acting like it's, you know, only MMPR that's been there and is almost acting like a selective sequel, which I never thought it was going to. But anyway, there is also a description, which I'm about to pull up, which I'm only reading it. It's like the official synopsis description that says, "Tragedy strikes, an unlikely young hero takes her rightful place among the Power Rangers to get revenge on the team's oldest arch nemesis. But her old approach wasn't enough. She has to become someone else. She has to become something else." That part at the end I added. The only reason I wanted to bring this up is because I'm assuming the unlikely young hero takes her rightful place is talking about Min, aka Trini's daughter. Unlikely young hero, like that's just like the most obvious choice. What it should say is the most obvious choice hero joins the team. I don't know, I just thought that to be funny. Unless there's going to be some sort of surprise twist and there's another addition to the team. But assuming it's talking about Min, I just found that to be funny. I'm like, really? Like, unlikely, it's like, in an unlikely scenario, the main character is the hero. I don't know, that's funny. But anyways, guys, I will keep you updated for any future news for the anniversary special in Cosmic Fury. Until next time, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and climb the steps and ring that bell. You can get notifications for my videos. Dawson Ryder, signing out.